To my ex-girlfriend, I then handed her a red cloth and I told her that she was supposed to write her husband's name on that red cloth that I had given her. Then to her husband, I then handed him another red cloth. After they had done that, each one of them, I gave them one chili paper and I told them that they were supposed to place that red chili paper inside that red cloth in which they had written the names of their partners, and they were supposed to sew it with those needles that I had given them. After they had completed sewing those red cloths that I had given them, I then told them that they were supposed to stab them just a little bit with those needles that I had given them. After they had done that, I told them that they were supposed to burn all of those items that they had used. My brother, let me try to explain this dangerous prayer that I did for them. As they were busy burning all of those items as I had instructed them to do, they were actually burning their marriage to the ground. That is the oath that they were doing. And this oath, my brother, there is no one that can reverse, because how can you reverse an oath that was burnt? So this prayer, my brother, that is called diaphero, or a dangerous prayer. What happens is that those red chilies that I instructed that woman to buy, what it means is that you know that a red chili pepper, it is very bitter. It represented bitterness. So the moment that they performed this dangerous prayer, so it meant that when this couple, whenever they will be having a conversation, no words of encouragement would ever come out of their mouth. Just like a red chili pepper is bitter, those are the only words that were supposed to come out of their mouth. They were only supposed to tell each other insults and only toxic words. No peaceful words were supposed to come out of their mouths ever again until they die. Then, my brother, the names that they had written on the red clothes that I had given them, so that those angels of war, whenever they will be coming to fight against this marriage, they will know how to locate these two people. And after those demonic angels had located this couple, then the demonic angels would wage a war against them. As for the red cloth that I gave them, we all know that a red cloth, it means a never-ending war. We all know that the red cloth, it is used by angels of war. Even if it is a demonic angel, it uses the red cloth. Even if it is a holy angel, it also uses that red cloth. The red cloth is a representation of war in the spiritual realm. So then by the time that I told them that they had to stab themselves lightly with the needle that they had used, this was a representation that they were supposed to hate each other so much that by the time that they would have divorced each other, they would never want to see each other ever again. So my brother, by the time that they were burning all of those items that they were holding in their hands, they were actually burning that oath, so that even if they go to any powerful prophet or any powerful traditional healer, no one will ever be able to undo this dangerous prayer that we did, because how can you undo something that is bent? So they are going to stay like this for their lifetime. So my brother, after they had returned back to the place where they were staying, then they started fighting a lot. One day, then that woman called me, and she told me that she had a very big fight with her husband and she had chosen to end her relationship. She then went and she slept over at my house. But my brother, on that night, after I had sexual intercourse with her, I only had one round with her. After I had that one round with her, I then saw that this woman, even though she was really beautiful, but I had no feelings for her. And I felt so sorry that I had ended her marriage for no reason. At that time, I didn't even notice that the love that I thought I had for her, it was nothing but an obsession. After sleeping with her, that is when I realized that this was no true love, but it was just an obsession. Feeling sorry for her, I then chose to make another prayer, because she kept on telling me that she wanted to be in a relationship with me, and I didn't want to be in a relationship with her. So this is a ritual that I did for her. Most of the people, they know that out there is a ritual that is called bring back lost lover, but there is another ritual, like if you do not want to be in a relationship with anyone, there is a prayer that you can do so that the person can just dump you, and after they have dumped you, they will never want anything to do with you. It is more like a chase away your lover. So when I decided that I didn't want to be in a relationship with this woman, so as to chase her away far from me, so what I did, my brother, when that woman left my house, I went with her to the taxi. When she got into the taxi, when I returned back home, I then sat down and I started thinking about all of the things that I had done. I kept on thinking about how I had broken up my ex-girlfriend's marriage, even though she seemed so happy in that marriage. But now that marriage was over, and now she wanted to be in a relationship with me, and she was thinking of getting married to me, and I had discovered that I had no feelings for her. So I wanted her to leave me in peace, because I didn't want to get into any marriage with a woman that I didn't have any feelings for her. I felt so sorry for her. Then I thought of doing that prayer that is called chase away the lover that you do not want in your life anymore. When I went to the toilet, I had a pen. As I sat down, then I started to poo-poo. Then I wrote on this other piece of tissue that I wanted to use after I had finished pooping. So I wrote her name, then I wrote her surname. In our culture, there is this thing that is called a totem. In other cultures, it is called a clan name. I also wrote her name on that tissue. After I had wrote her name, her clan name, and her surname, then I wiped myself after I had finished pooping. After I had done that, then I flushed the toilet. So as the poo-poo was going with the tissue that had a name written on it, she was also moving herself away from my life, because I didn't want her in my life anymore. After all of those things were done, my brother, she went away, far away from me, and she never wanted anything to do with me. Yes, out there, I know that people can try to deny, but that thing that is called dangerous prayer, it is there. And I want to tell you that this thing, it exists. So I hope that my confession, it can help people out there. When you are visiting a prophet, try to go there with someone who knows the way of the prophets. Otherwise, you are going to touch things that you won't be able to handle tomorrow. Dear listeners, right there was a message that I received. Then we had to try and translate it as much as we could. Strange things do happen in this world.